Part 2, Introduction to Logarithms. For y is greater than 0 and b a positive number other than 1, log base b of y is called a logarithm with base b of y and is the power of b that gives y. So we say this log base b of y, and what it means is b to what power gives us y. Find the exact value for each of the following. Log base 3 of 81. What this means is 3 to what power is 81. So 3 to what power equals 81. 3 to the 4th power is 81. So log base 3 of 81 is 4. Log base 10 of 1 over 1,000. So 10 to what power equals 1/1000th? And that would be negative 3. We know it's negative because we have the 10 and then 1 over 1,000. So we have a reciprocal of 10 to the 3rd power. So negative 3. Log base 1/4 of 64 means 1/4 to what power is 64? We know it needs to be negative because we have reciprocals here. And 4 to the 3rd power is 64. So 1/4 to the negative 3rd power is 64. One more, log base 36 of 16. That means, again, 36 to what power equals 216. Now, 36 to some power is not 216, but I do know that 36 is 6 squared. So I have 6 squared to some power is 216, and 216 is 6 to the 3rd power. And if you don't know that, play around with your calculator. We have the left side, you know that base has got to be 6, so try on the calculator 6 squared, 6 to the 3rd until you find 216. So we have, if we were to rewrite this, we'd have 6 to the 2 times question mark equals 6 to the 3rd. So log base 36 of 216 is 3/2. Bounds on logarithmic expressions. Determine two integers that bound the value of the logarithmic expression. Choose integers as close to the expression as possible. So what we're going to do is just think, what approximately is this? Log base 2 of 35 means 2 to what power is 35? Well, I know that 2 squared is 4, 2 to the 3rd is 8, 2 to the 4th is 16, which means 2 to the 5th is 32. 32 is almost 35. And then 2 to the 6th is 64. So 35 is between 32 and 64, which means that log base 2 of 35 is between 5 and 6. So between those two powers, 2 to what power is 35? It has to be bigger than 5 because 2 to the 5th power is only 32. But it can't be bigger than 6 because 2 to the 6th power is 64, and 64 is quite a bit bigger than 35. Equivalency of logarithmic and exponential equations. For y is greater than 0 and b a positive number other than 1, log base b of y equals x is equivalent to b to the x equals y. So you need to be able to go back and forth between exponential form, b to the x equals y, and logarithmic form, log base b of y equals x. Let's practice that. Rewrite the logarithmic equation in exponential form. We have log base 5 of 125 equals 3. So that means 5 to the 3rd power equals 125. So this is the base b, 5 to the 3rd power equals 125, which is true, so we know we wrote it correctly. Let's go backward. Write an exponential equation in logarithmic form. We have 3 to the negative 4th equals 1 over 81. Our base is 3, so we have log base 3 of 1 over 81 equals negative 4. After the equal sign is where you're going to put the exponent. So the base is still 3. The base is 3 when we write it in exponential form. The base is 3 when we write it in logarithmic form. When you write it in logarithmic form, you have the log equals whatever the exponent was. So in this case, negative 4. So practice going back and forth between logarithmic form and exponential form. And then you can use this to solve. So let's solve by converting the logarithmic equation to exponential form. If I have log base 4 of x equals -3, I can write that in exponential form. So the base is 4, the exponent is -3, and that equals x. That's not too hard to solve. 4 to the -3rd power is 1 over 4 to the 3rd power, which is 1 over 64. So x is 1/64. Let's try another one. Solve by converting the logarithmic equation to exponential form. I have log base 1/2 of 3x minus 5 equals 4. To write this in exponential form, the base is 1/2. The exponent is what comes on the other side of the equal sign, so -4, and then equals the argument of the log function. So what are we taking the log of? So I have 1/2 to the -4th equals 3x minus 5. So 1/2 to the -4th is the same as 2 to the 4th. And 2 to the 4th is 16. If I add 5 to both sides, I get 21 equals 3x. Divide both sides by 3, and I get x equals 7.